I'm waiting but not happening. Because because almost last 15, 20 years, I have not been in India for a single mango season. There was a time, mango season means I went on 100% mango diet. For 1.5 to 2 months, I ate nothing else but mangoes. Well, around Mysore city, I knew every tree, how the fruit tastes. When they invited me for the centennial celebrations of Mysore University, I shared some of my knowledge about the mango trees in the university gardens. Every one of them, I made sure I tasted and I knew which tree is what. So, let me not go into that. So I'm working from under a mango tree, which is a blessing. Apart from that, time-wise, no, this is not a free time, this is lot of activity, lot of managing things. So, about putting back this 10%, that would be very essential if we are going into strong consecration processes. Fortunately, in the last few years, whatever consecrations we did, a few other people stood up with me, so things went. Sometimes we suffered a bit. When we did the Devi consecration, well, I lost my sense of taste and smell for almost 1.5 years. Not now. Now I can smell and taste because immediately people will think I have the virus. This was 6, 7 years ago. So almost for 18 months, everything I ate tasted like thermocol. Nothing, no taste at all, absolutely. Well, it's come back, I've recovered from that. Physically I'm well, there's no issue. But if we go into that kind of work and activity, then some challenges will come. I wish we could do that, but that kind of time is not there right now. But let's see, still there is time. Because even if India lockdown goes away, by the time we go to Europe and America and Africa, wherever else we were supposed to go, I don't think that's going to clear up in the next 6 weeks or more. So there is time. Let's hope we can do something.
Sadhguru, this question is from Sangeeta, Narayan. Namaskaram, Sadhguru. You said that if we have imbibed the very essence of inner engineering program, our very presence can be transformational. Can you please explain further on this?
I think a few days ago in the same one of these darshans I spoke about it, maybe didn't dwell on it. I said, Shambhavi Mahamudra is not a practice. It is like, we have a dhyanalinga temple, somebody goes and sweeps the temple because there's no other ritual to maintain the dhyanalinga. Somebody sweeps, somebody cleans, somebody maintains the atmosphere. That's all. Are they doing something for the dhyanalinga? No. They're just doing something for the floor, the atmosphere, stuff like that. So once you have Shambhavi Mahamudra, this is how it is. It is a certain consecration. I've always been saying this, the easiest consecration that you can do is a living human being. It's not for nothing that human being is the peak of evolution on this planet, it's the best material you can find. But the only problem with the human being is, the day when they come for the initiation day, they're blown away and they're, tears of ecstasy flowing. Within a few hours or a few days, depending on who they are, they'll make a U-turn. Not everybody, but a whole lot of them. Usually, the most derogatory term that they use against me is, oh, we have to… this was wonderful, but we have to get back to normal life. This is horribly insulting. They're saying to be peaceful, to be joyful, to be blissful is abnormal, to be miserable, to be worried, to be anxious, to be a lump of nothing is normal. Very derogatory towards me. So because of these silly ideas of their normality, they will make U-turns. They've invested in misery. See, it took me a long time to realize this. When it first happened to me, that I sat like this and I burst into ecstasy, I thought, this is it. I will make the whole world ecstatic. almost 39 years ago now. I made a plan, in 2.5 years' time I will make the whole world ecstatic. Because who will not want it? There is no fool like a young fool. I was 25 and I had hit a gold mine and I knew I can do this because you don't have to do nothing. If you simply sit here without messing with your mind, you will become ecstatic. So I thought, who will not want it? Such a simple thing and so fantastic. Who will not want it? Well, 39 years slowly realizing that people have such investments in their misery. Even if you show them an ecstatic way to live, if they get up and walk, they want to take this cushion or even the chair with him and walk. Yes. When I initially taught the inner engineering programs, they're just wild. I'm not dressed like this, I'm in a faded denim and a t-shirt, talking wild. My language was not cultured, I could say anything. Walking up and down and, announce a 4-day class and sometimes it goes to 6 days, sometimes it goes into 12 days, any which way. But they didn't understand a word that I was talking about. Even now, they don't. But their lives are transformed because that's the only way it works. Nobody is getting transformed because of the words. Words are because they're so stupid, if you just make them sit here, they will go crazy. You have to tell them something. See, even this is darshan. That means I must just sit, you must just look. But if I just sit here, you will go crazy. What is he doing? He's just sitting, what are we looking? So I have to talk. Otherwise, no need for talking. See, if I go into the villages, if I just walk in, everybody bursts into tears because they don't have much value for all these too many words. So, we have consecrated you with shambhavi. If you live it, you don't have to advertise, do inner engineering every day to your wife, to your husband, to your children. Please da, enakaaga pannada, yoga pannada. Poma, ning poi vande enna aiduchu? Because they're not seeing anything. You're saying wonderful things, but they have to see wonderful things, isn't it? When they see you, they must feel, wow, I want to be like this. If that happens, transformation happens. So, because it's a consecration, in a way, what we are trying to do is create walking temples, If you build a stone temple, it's only in one place, you can't take it anywhere. Well, dhyanalinga if you're willing, because it's a non-physical form. It's available everywhere, but that needs a certain level of receptivity. So that's why we thought we will create millions of walking temples. So when you walk, those of you who are initiated, when you walk anywhere, when you are in your home right now, you must understand you are a temple in your house, you are a temple on the street. You must walk knowing this. People will come to you in a certain way. You don't have to preach anything, you don't have to advertise, you don't have to have inner engineering tattooed on your forehead. None of those things are needed. You simply be truly that you are living, constantly responding in a limitless way, without any sense of boundary. In a level of your emotion, you are like a mother to the world. Don't do anything, simply sit there. People will get transformed, not just people. Plants will respond, animals will respond, everything around you, even inanimate things will reverberate differently, 100%, I'm telling you. Well, there are a lot of textbook scientists who will immediately say, oh, he's spreading pseudoscience. Well, their idea of science is rudimentary. Real scientists will never say such things, because they know what they have explored is a tiny speck. What is unexplored is limitless. So, it doesn't matter who says what. If you just live with these two things, you didn't understand anything else, you just have to keep the atmosphere clean. See, right now there is dhyanalinga temple, however powerful it may be. If you put filth in front of that temple, even if it's very powerful, people will not go there. You keep it in a certain way, people will go. So your practice is just that, cleaning up the place and removing the cobwebs every day, that's it. You are not doing anything to energize, it's not like Shakti Chalana Kriya, you're trying to build something, which is a long affair. That's why we shifted to shambhavi, because I didn't see people have neither the perseverance, nor determination, nor commitment to really work to build themselves up to another level, because that's a lot of work. Kriya Yoga is a lot of work. This is why we came to Shambhavi Mahamudra. Mudra means it's already there. You just experience it, you live it, that's all. You don't have to do it. But just daily removing of cobwebs, cleaning up the floor, this is all your work, rest will happen.
Next question is from Vijay Das. Namaskaram Sadhguru. In one of the quotes you said, sadhana is not the way, but without sadhana there is no way. I did not understand this. Can you please help me understanding this?
No, you will understand it in the evening when I say it. Morning when the alarm rings at 5 o'clock, suddenly you don't understand. What is this sadhana? Because so many people said you don't have to do anything. Even Sadhguru has said many times, doing nothing is the highest thing. So why is he asking me to get up in the morning and do something? I will do nothing. No, doing nothing means you should not sleep, you should not snore also. That is doing nothing. Sleeping is not doing nothing, you're sleeping, all right? Doing nothing means you don't sleep, you don't think, you don't feel, you don't snore, you don't do anything, simply. For this you need enormous level of awareness and alertness in the system. That's not going to happen simply. So right now it's better to do something, use some tools. Sadhana means a tool, not a practice. You're using tools. Without tools, human beings would be nothing. Really, we would be nothing without our ability to use tools. So, if you want something to come in your direction, you will have to do certain things. This happened. A very obnoxious, loud customer came and settled down in a reserved table in a restaurant. It was reserved for somebody else, but he came and sat down. He kept waving at the waiters, but they ignored him because he's sitting in the wrong table. It's marked there, it's reserved, but he sits there. Then loudly he yelled, "If I have to get some water in this damn place, what should I do?" So the manager walked up to him and said, "Why don't you set fire to yourself, then it will come." If you set fire to yourself, water will come in lot of quantity, not just in a glass. So sadhana is just like that, you're trying to set fire to yourself so that you can draw something towards you. It's a tool, not only for health and well-being, it's a tool to draw a dimension which is not yet right now.
Next question is from Jisha, Bangalore. How to make the mind to work for us and how to fully get rid of its debilitating subconscious programming?
Whose mind is she talking about? No, but people are looking at how to have their husband's mind work for them, how to make their wife's emotion work for them. Yes, it's not a joke. See, at a time like this, I must be just giving you solace. Don't worry, I'm with you, everything okay. But what to do, I'm not that kind. I'm a realistic fool, that's the problem with me. You can be a realistic fool or an unrealistic fool, that's all the option you have. If you think you're smart, you're a bloody fool. So I'm a realistic fool, I'm not an unrealistic fool. So realistic fool means this, we're always looking what's the right thing to do in a given situation. We are not expecting Superman, Spider-Man drop upon us and do something for us. There you see all these snakes hanging here, not able to do anything for us, they just hang there. We just enjoy them as they are. We don't expect they come and raise your kundalini. No, there are people like that. If you keep them here, like this, one big snake, then they would think, oh, this snake, if I look at it and worship it, this will come and raise in me as kundalini. That's why we hung them there in chains. So, you've still not made it clear to me whose mind you want to control. Because generally this is the thing, this is what we call as family, this is what we call as society. That means your mind should work for me. Mine is not working for me, that's not the problem. Your mind should be working for me. You must think the way I want you to think. You must feel the way I want you to feel. I am not feeling like that, that is not the problem. You must feel for me. See, when you say you must love me, you must have love for me, means what? That means I want your emotions to be the way I want. No. You can only decide about this one. How my emotions can be, how my thoughts can be, I can decide. I have no business to decide how somebody else's thought and emotion should be. But always the concern is this, that I'm sure Disha is a wonderful girl and she's asking about her mind, how to have control over my mind. First you must decide whether you want to control your mind or liberate your mind. Please consider this. All of you who are always thinking of controlling your mind, first make up your mind. Do you want this controlled? Do you want this liberated? Oh, then I'll go mad. Who said you are not right now? Do you have a certificate like that? This happened in Bangalore city. There's a young boy, say 16, 17-year-old boy, he went into some psychological problems. Those days when I was young, those days there is no sensitivity about these things. Somebody is little psychologically disturbed, immediately say, hey, he's mad. So he went to the Nimhans Institute in Bangalore. He became an inpatient for some 3 months or 4 months, and then he came back. In the evening, where all the young boys gather, he also went there. Then everybody, you're mad, aren't you? You're gone, you're a loony, because you've been in the mental hospital for 4 months, you finished, whatever. The boy was hurt, but he didn't know what to do. 2-3 days he went there, every day they were battering him with this. So one day he pulled out a paper from his pocket and he said, see, here I have a certificate that now I'm normal. Do you have one? The hospital gave him a certificate that now he is normal, he is fit to go back. Do any of you have? You don't have. I'm the one who has a certificate. Who is sane, who is insane now? So, first thing is, Disha and everybody else, just consider this one question profoundly the next 24 hours. Do you want your mind in control or do you want it liberated? Maybe tomorrow we'll explore that. Yoga yoga yogeshwaraya bhuta bhuta bhuteshwaraya kala kala kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Maha